You are live.
Okay. We are at the Village of Minerva Park Council meeting June 8th. It is 7:02 p.m. We will start with roll call. Okay. Councilperson McNamara.
Present.
Councilperson Camera.
Present.
Councilperson Wolf.
I am here.
Councilperson Brute.
Present.
Okay. Council President Bruger.
Here.
And Councilperson Martin is absent and excused. Councilperson Koss.
Present.
For the record, there was a typo on it and it caught me. Okay. And now we'll do Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You guys were off on that.
I'm not sure the level. You guys are really good pace.
All right. Next, we will move to May 25th council meetings. Do we have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next, we have the work session minutes from June 1st.
Move to approve.
Second.
Wasn't here.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions?
Abstention. I wasn't here.
Okay. All right. Next, we have our village official reports. As you can see, Chief is not here, so we have our stand-in chief tonight. And if for those anybody that hasn't met her, this is our Lieutenant Tammy Phillips. Typically, this is the time in which everybody gets a report in their folders. So, is there anything additional you want to say, or other than that, you can just tell everybody? Chief usually just says it's in the folder.
Yeah, everything that you have, I have nothing additional.
Perfect. But does anybody have any questions now? Put her on the spot. All right. If so, Chief, we'll answer any questions. Just send him an email, or you can send Lieutenant an email as well. Next, we will move to our fiscal officer, Mr. Wilczek.
Thank you, Mayor. Financial report for the month of May will be sent out next week. We have been able to get a few things completed regarding the receipts with the pool, so we'll get that wrapped up and the report will go out next week. There are a couple of things with some legislation that, when the legislation comes up, I'll address it at that point. That's it.
Anybody have any questions for our fiscal officer? All right. Next, we will move to our engineer report. This is an extreme report. We have a lot going on from our 2022 storm sewer projects, the lake master plans, where we are with all of that. It's probably easier just to direct people to the website. This is in full detail on the website. The main points that I would point out is, as of right now, we are in the process of having all of our the updates to our CCTV done. We finally got a bid with Dynotech, and last meeting we approved it. So we are in the process of getting our CCTVs caught up. The Lake Master Plan, there's lots going on with that right now. As far as the tech memos that they should have a couple of our tech memos to us, updates from all of the research that they have found by the end of July. And then we have our Jordan Road project as well. That is currently out to bid. So hopefully by the end of the month, we will have that project moving forward as well. But again, full details of everything going on our website under the agenda. This will be attached. Okay. If anybody has any questions for our engineer, feel free to email myself or just email myself and I will get him that. We can reach out to him probably the end of the month for an updated meeting. Once we get the Jordan Road bids back. Jesse is excused tonight as well. He is out. I asked him yesterday, I did talk to him yesterday, he didn't have anything to add to the meeting at this point. So again, if anybody has any problems, questions, concerns, shoot me an email and I will get it to him. Next, we have Mr. Fisher, our village planner.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Heard the last meeting we had, which was the work session. Nothing
field trip over there for like the next, work session or something like that. We'll see where we are with that.
You guys have any like to us for the opening or what have you?
For the school,
Yeah,
I
I think I saw that somewhere. Forgot to reply.
July 31st, is what the current plan is, which is a Monday evening. So yeah, if anybody has the availability to go over there as well.
First Monday?
July 31st is a Monday.
Excellent, I'm off that.
And I'm pretty sure it's Monday. And, yeah, the same thing that we did the last time for the elementary school. All right, next is our zoning officer's report, I believe is in the packet. So if anybody has any questions with that, please let him know or myself. And then next we will move to planning and zoning. Councilperson Wolf.
Planning and zoning has had the last 2 meetings canceled. The last week was canceled, but it's moved to this, Wednesday of next week. Yep, so good reports after that, I'm sure.
Okay. And then does anybody have an NPCA report they would like to discuss?
I don't have anything,
Even better.
We could say Arts in the Park went pretty well, despite being unbearably hot.
and rain on.
Yeah, and then that little bit of rain at the end. But up until then was doing, I mean, I wasn't here the whole time, but I stopped by and as always, it's been nice, been growing, and hopefully next year we can have it back up by the lakes in the shade.
Definitely. All right, next we will move to Councilperson Wolf for his finance report.
Finance committee has not met since last reported. Our next item of business will be to review tax budget, which we'll see tonight. The first reading of the tax, for the passage of the tax budget is tonight. So I'll go with fiscal officer. We'll check and get a meeting scheduled to review that.
Perfect. And the plan is to pass it on July 13th, and the public hearing will be at 6:30-ish on the 13th, just for.
That's how we normally roll it.
Yep. All right, next we have Councilperson Cost for streets.
We're planning a meeting after they do their lakes assessment, and, the bid's closed for the Georgia.
Super excited about that.
Yay!
Next is Councilperson Martin Street, Services. I'm gonna make a little note of this here instead of later in my report. We had a minor glitch on a date in the trash bid, so that is being rebid. We are not taking any chances on, we basically had the date that we were gonna open and the postmark date wrong, and we reached out to Jesse to find out what the best option would be, and he gave me 3 options, and one was the safest option. We're going with the safest option, we're rebidding it. It's not worth it. So that is gonna be the next 3 weeks. I believe it's the 27th is the last day. We still shouldn't need any emergencies or anything like that, which is the nice part about starting these things early. The leaf bid is still being open. That did not have an error on it, so that is due on the 12th. So I will get with JP and that committee, with the bids that we get for the leaf and then of course for the trash. So just as an FYI, it's being rebid. The companies that have reached out to Barb and myself have been notified as well that they know that we're not opening on the 12th. And they both, of course, those 2 thanked us, and I expect them to put it in before the 27th. Next, we have Councilperson Camera for Recreation and Parks.
All right, so, not a ton tonight that I'm gonna go over, just a few updates. Currently, as of this morning, 209 pool memberships so far for the year, so that's pretty good, because we were around 250-ish last year, for the whole summer, so that's pretty good. 12 premium, 21 senior memberships, 11 nights and weekends, and 165 classic. We've also rented the pool 3 evenings, which is all additional money. And those are in the next few weeks, so we still have a lot of the summer left to rent the pool out, in the evening. So, everything seems to be going well. A couple little minor things here and there, but overall I think we're doing well. well. We have all the new staff up and running. Front desk, it's rolling in. The memberships, the day passes and all that are rolling in, so it's looking good. And all the things that were broken as of now have been fixed. So, there's always the chance that there'll be more stuff that comes up, but right now, everything's looking good. And we did get our final inspection for our food license, and we passed that, so we are good to go. We shouldn't see a health inspector at the concession stand for the rest of the summer, unless there's an issue. So,
Wait, did I see on there that we're getting the baby pool fixed again too? Is that
On the website, I believe.
So, the update to the baby pool, just as an FYI, we are all fully aware that it is currently still having issues. So we have reached out to Patterson. Patterson is reaching out to the people that came back out last year and fixed it. This may end up being more of a manufacturer's warranty thing. So we're just trying to decide what the best avenue is to fix it. It is not toxic, it's irritating, but it is not gonna hurt anything. So depending on the outcome, we may just wait until September to fix it. I'm just saying that just to shut the baby pool down for a week or two again in the middle of summer. We'll see, they may require us to, we don't know. So hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have a little bit more of an update to that, but it is not harmful, it's just annoying.
So the blue stuff's sticking, people see it again.
I still don't think it's as bad as it was the last time, but yes, it is still doing it. And right now it's too cold to even get in there, so I don't know.
So the thing that they said, that's our fault, we'll fix it last summer, still isn't fixed, so.
Yeah, they came back out and sealed it, and it still didn't work, so. And this was one of our fancy little upgrades, so we definitely
Yeah.
wanna make sure it's taken care of.
I was just pointing that out, because then in theory, as long as things work the way they should, this is not our responsibility financially, this is, we paid you a lot of money and it's still not right, you know what I mean?
Yes, so yes, we are working on it, and as soon as we have a resolution, we will keep you guys posted, let you know. In the event it does have to get done before the end of summer, obviously, we will close the pool, but we do not want to, unless we have to.
By pool, we mean baby pool.
Baby pool. Oh, jeez. Just bad enough today. All right, next we will, do you have anything else? Sure.
I don't think, no.
Okay, good. Next we have Councilperson McNamara for safety.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Everyone, wonderful evening. I am happy to look over the police report and see a total decrease in encounters for traffic and citations. So hopefully that means the summer is off to a, knock on wood, more tranquil start. Also, with regards to the uptick in speed complaints I have received via email, I sent out information requests, quote requests to a radar speed on
Tracker.
company. Yeah, and they should be sending me information on that hopefully shortly. My idea is one on each entrance/exit of Minerva Lake Road, because that seems to be the main thoroughfare people use to bypass 161. Anticipating the information I should hopefully have, I would like to have a safety meeting. What's the third Monday in June? What's the date on that? Pull that up real quick. 19th.
One of them's the 19th, which is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, let's
Third.
try for the 26th actually. I'd like the 26th. Maybe anybody have any preferences time wise?
That's on you.
All right. Well, let's do it in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Is that gonna be a problem for any other members?
I think safety. It's been a minute.
It used to be former councilperson Shrestha, so I assume councilperson Martin would be. And then, I believe you
believe
are
Martin is.
councilperson Wolf.
It should be fine for me.
Alright, so let's target for, oh, I don't know, is noon acceptable to everyone?
Sure, works for me. it's councilperson costs.
Safety?
I'm guessing.
No, safety is you, sir.
Oh, I'm the legislative, I clicked on the wrong
It's you
thing.
and Mark.
Damn clicking error.
Nice try trying to.
If nobody
Yep,
wants to
it's
hang
you.
out with me that badly, we can just get the whole thing.
Noon's fine.
Alright, let's go ahead and target for that.
So June 26th at noon, and is it okay that we just do that at the community, in the community room?
Certainly.
Guys are gonna interfere with lunchtime. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
That's completely
We can
fine.
make it a potluck.
Oh, yeah, ooh, even better. We have some good cooks in there, just saying. Alright, we will get that put on the calendar and get that rolling.
I don't anticipate it being anything crazy. I just want to, hash out some ideas, talk it out, see if the premise is good. I'll have some financial numbers hopefully by that time as well, so.
Perfect. And then we'll clear it with, make sure Chief doesn't have any meetings or anything that day and time, so.
That's everything I have.
Anybody have any questions? Alright, next we have legislation, Council President Berger.
Okay, so much gets talked about at these meetings. We are still looking at, various points on the planning and zoning. I know in the last meeting, we also looked at, which is part of planning and zoning, we looked at short-term rentals, that then extended into the, work session from last week that I was not at, so I don't know exactly how it ended. Our next legislative meeting is on the 22nd at 6:30. For anyone interested in showing up, if you're gonna be showing up for council anyway, that is generally where we meet and discuss all the legislation that we're gonna vote on, which is why we don't seem to have very many discussions here at the meeting, is because that's where we do it. And that is about, legislation right now. Lots of stuff on the docket tonight, guys. It'll be fun.
I'm not so sure about that. Okay, and then as far as my report goes, a lot of people know that there's a water line break over near the pool, again. That line was fixed, about 3 to 4 weeks ago. A couple days after it was fixed, it broke again. They notified us they were coming out this morning to fix it. They've been out there all day to fix it.
Is Columbus counting that as another break, or are they?
So we're gonna assume not, but we will, we will find that out. But I do believe this is already past 2. We've had a couple, but yes,
Right, yeah, but,
Yes.
well, my question
I'm
was,
with
are
you.
we paying for it twice?
we better not be.
There you go, that's what I
So
wanted.
yes, we will verify that. And it sounds as if they fixed it a couple times today, and as soon as they fixed it, it broke again. So that was just an update that I got from someone. So I haven't heard that directly from them, but it sounds like there's a little bit of issues in that area. The shelter, we are still waiting for a firm date of when they are coming out to put that in. We have some thoughts as to the fencing that we are going to put up after working with the neighbor next door. So we are good to go on that. You guys are gonna see some legislation. We've talked about putting the electric in multiple places, from the ponds and over in the park area. So hopefully we can get that moving along, to get our fountains and aerators and all that good stuff. So really, that's about the only thing I have going on that's not the only thing I have going on, but that's the only thing that I have updates on right now. So I will keep you guys posted as soon as I hear when the shelter is gonna go up, the day that they schedule it for. And next, we will move to citizen comments.
All right, if we have anyone who would like to make a comment, I'm seeing someone moving to the podium now. I know you know what to do, name and address, 5 minutes, and if you look on here, you will see the orange circle slowly disappearing to help you keep track of time.
Tony Benedetti, 2930 Sudbury Lane Court. I got just a few brief things I'd like to talk about. First off, last night, I came here for a planning and zoning meeting. Apparently it was canceled. Was that ever announced anywhere? I mean, how do you go about finding out when something's canceled like that? And how long was it canceled? So, again, that's pretty disappointing that, you have a meeting scheduled and can't even tell people that it's been canceled. And with regards to notices that you guys give out, is that I'm not sure if anybody's gonna say anything or whether you want to, but I believe there's 2 council seats and the mayor, coming up for election here in November. You need to have your petition in by August. So I would recommend somebody making an announcement to the residents that these things are coming up, so that they got time to think about it and get their petition. And thirdly, I continue month after month to ask council, the mayor, the code enforcement officer, the planner, council president, where does it say you need a permit for a driveway? Where does it say you need a permit for a patio? It's beyond it, depressing when someone takes the time to come here, ask you guys a question, and then you just get blown off. Again, Dave, I thought I kind of put it in your part, because you're supposed to oversee code enforcement, I think, or have some input. Did
Yeah,
you
I
bother
had it.
doing anything?
I'm sorry?
Did you bother doing anything?
Yeah, I had a meeting with, is this appropriate time? Oh, I don't know.
It's disappointing to ask this question. You guys are all capable of asking the question, doing follow-up, but apparently no one cares. It's ridiculous. And Dave, again, this is in your ballpark, so if anybody here, you're the one that has the most responsibility in addressing this situation.
I'll have to get back in touch with, John, and I believe I spoke with, our planner as well about how the code could be construed in that manner. I don't have an exact answer for you off the top of my head, but I can throw something together for you.
Shouldn't be difficult. If it's in there, it isn't. You should be able to find the number right off the bat.
Okay, thank you. Next, we will move to legislation.
Okay, lots of craziness going on with legislation tonight. So let's just get it started out. Ordinance number 06-2023. An ordinance establishing the priority of property tax exemptions granted for certain real property within the village of Minerva Park and declaring an emergency. This is our third reading, so it would go into effect.
First reading.
Oh,
Yeah, just according to the packet.
I'm sorry, I was looking on my paper copy. That's my fault. The paper copy doesn't always have all the details on it. Well, let me scroll down on my digital copy. And by saying I was looking at that at my paper copy, I was actually looking at the next one's dates, because I thought, oh, the next page will have it, and it didn't. So this is a first reading, and we are being asked to waive the second two readings. I know what this is, but I think I'll have Mr. Wolchek explain it, because he can probably do it quicker and more concise than me trying to explain what I heard from him.
Thank you, Councilmember Brewer. The simple explanation is village receives parcels of land from MI as part of, or out in the TIF area. In order to avoid us having to pay property taxes on those parcels, we need to exempt them. And that's what the legislation takes care of.
All right, so we're taking that into our little bits of land that we already have control over officially under our wing, and saying this is village property, we don't pay taxes on that, Mr. Franklin County. Is that a correct assumption?
Yes.
There we go. So first I will move that we waive the second two readings.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right.
All right, Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Council President Berger.
Aye.
Councilperson Koss. Aye. Councilperson Camera.
Aye.
And Councilperson Wolf.
Aye.
Okay. Having waived the second and third reading, I move passage as an emergency.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Anyone with any discussion on this? All right, ready to go.
Councilperson Wolf.
Aye.
Councilperson Camera.
Aye.
Councilperson Koss. Aye. Council President Berger.
Aye.
And Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Okay, so here's the one that I was looking at for the wrong dates. Resolution 2023-16, a resolution to authorize the application of motor vehicle permissive tax funds from the Franklin County Engineer for the Minerva Lake Road project. This is just a third reading of this. This is us just hopefully getting some of our road tax money to help on the Minerva Lake Road project that will be coming along sometime, probably early next year.
I believe we're looking at 2025 for that one.
Okay.
But there is a significant time for the county engineer to get these dollars.
Yep. Well, then that is good that we are hitting that lead time so that in 2025, when we repave some of that, it will be in and done and official. Third reading, I move passage. Moved and seconded. Any debate? I think we're ready for a vote.
Councilperson Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Camera,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Council President Bruder,
Aye.
Councilperson Cost.
Aye.
All right, moving on. Resolution 2023-18, a resolution affirming the appointment of Peter Ferguson as a full-time police officer for the village of Minerva Park, Ohio. And is this Officer Ferguson just now starting out?
No, this is his 6 months.
This is his sixth, oh, okay, there we go. So this is not that we just hired him but need to make him official. This is, he's been here for 6 months and we want to officially make him official.
Officially make him official.
Yep.
Yeah, he was hired on December 12th of 2022.
Yes. All right, well, because we do it right away, so they're on our thing for the
Correct.
first 6 months, and then
Correct.
after the probation, we redo it.
Correct.
That's when it becomes official.
You got it. Yeah.
Um,
I know David wants to ask.
yeah, well, we'll get to that in a moment. First, would anyone, I would like to waive the second and third readings, and I make a motion to do so.
Second.
Motion to and seconded. Any debate?
Is there?
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the next one.
That's when we come to passage. Right now, yeah, there you go. Let's make a
We haven't
vote on
heard one
that.
in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, who seconded?
Councilperson Wolf.
Okay, Council President Berger,
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron,
Aye.
Councilperson Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Cost,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Okay, and it does not have on the copy I'm looking at here, pass as an emergency, but it does on my agenda.
We should probably do it that way.
Yes. And I don't think we need to change the title just to do that, correct? Awesome, in that case, I move passage of 2023-18 as an emergency, having waived the second and third readings.
Sorry, I got that.
Jason or Brian, whoever you want.
Go ahead, you can have it.
All right, any debate on that?
Lieutenant Phillips, is there any reason, just for public record, why the council should not go ahead with confirming this appointment of Officer Ferguson? All right.
Okay.
I didn't think so.
All right. Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Cost,
Aye.
Councilperson Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron,
Aye.
and Council President Berger.
Aye. Okay. Moving on to resolution 2023-19. This is gonna be another, yes, everyone, we are doing a lot of skipping readings tonight for those keeping track at home. And here comes another one, resolution 2023-19, a resolution authorizing the mayor to extend the lease agreement for temporary office space during the renovation of the Minerva Park municipal building and declaring an emergency. We're looking to extend our lease until October 31st at a cost not to exceed $6,000. Not on perhaps the page you have, but Barb, on the pages that say what it's gonna do, the exhibits, I should say, it says 1 month and it should say 2 months. Jeffrey pointed that out, so he definitely knows what I'm talking about when I say that. So that's just a little typo in the exhibits. Looks like we are not sure exactly the exact date that the new space is gonna be done, and when we're gonna be able to move furniture in. We predict by August 31st at the latest, even the stuff that we didn't wanna move on day one can be out and moved in. And of course, why skip readings and pass as an emergency? Because we need to tell the landlord that we have the money and we're gonna do this, and modify the lease before he or she, the property owner, starts shopping it out to other people. So I move to waive the second and third readings. Seconded by Camara.
All right, Council President Berger.
You're up.
Council President Berger,
Aye.
sorry, I'm already rolling. Councilperson
My
Wolf.
students, it doesn't get better.
Aye.
Councilperson Cost.
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron.
Aye.
All right, having waived the readings, I move passage as an emergency.
Second.
Seconded, any discussion? Any discussion on that?
Any discussion?
Nope.
Okay.
Go ahead and call.
Councilperson Cameron.
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Councilperson Cost.
Aye.
Councilperson Wolf.
Aye.
Council President Berger.
All right, moving on, resolution 2023-20, a resolution to adopt the tax budget for the village of Minerva Park, Ohio for the year beginning January 1st, 2024, and to submit the same to the Franklin County Budget Commission and to declare an emergency. This is just a first reading. This is just the tax budget. It is not the actual village budget. And yeah, that has been read. Okay, moving on. Resolution 2023-21, a resolution authorizing an increase in the contract with Garmin Miller and Associates Architects and Engineers for service for the completion of improvements to the municipal building known as the community building and declaring an emergency. This is actually, just to point things out, if you get to the middle, it says $185,000. That is not what this is doing. Originally, we had budgeted $116,935, and it has gone up to $185,000. And again, Mr. Wilczek, if you want to comment on that?
Yes, thank you, Councilman Berger. As you mentioned, the original contract for the architect services was $116,935. That was based on 7.5% of the original budget of $1,559,000. The actual budget as of today is just over 3.2 million. So seeking clarification, we need to figure out just where that dollar amount's gonna fall out for the architect services. I have been in contact with them. They originally mentioned 7.5% of 2.2 million. So I have not responded back to them yet. I will. I have concerns about the overall increase on this, so we're going back and forth as to what dollar amount's going to be agreed to at this point. I don't. The $185,000 is assuming the worst case scenario that they don't come down from what they offered us at the 7.5% of 2.2 million. I expect that to be decreased, to be honest with you. Anyways, purpose of the resolution is we have to increase the amount that you authorized us to pay them. I will know somewhere in the near future exactly what that's gonna come out to be, but I don't have a number for you yet. The not to exceed is 185 is sufficient.
So if negotiations are ongoing, what's the need to waive readings?
That's the same thing.
Right, if the
I'm gonna
negotiations
ask a
are
very similar
ongoing,
question.
then, we have another meeting in 2 weeks.
Oh.
If we have a firm number, then we can either amend this if it doesn't work, or we can pass it that time.
There is a second resolution to follow this that addresses change orders that have already taken place to the tune of $18,000. I can't pay those change unless this contract is increased.
So we've already hit our max on the previous year.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay?
that makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, part of that would be a credit. Part of the issue is that the, it was unanticipated. 7.5% was linked to the contract. Remember, we bid it 3 times and went up to $1 million, and it's linked to the overall cost. But as Jeff has said, he'll get that number reduced significantly. And Garmin Miller realizes as well, it's an existential issue with the inflation that nobody anticipated. So we'll have that handled.
So, just to be clear, then a lot of these bigger projects like this, your architectural firms and stuff, just charge a percentage of the total cost of the project, is how they do it. We were agreed on a cheaper price. When inflation kicked the price of all the materials up, it kicked the overall building price up. They want to still get a little bit more, but might be able to say, okay, this wasn't actually a $3 million project when we bid it. This was a $2 million project that cost $3 million to build, which means we didn't do a lot of extra work, so that's why we think we can get them cheaper.
Correct. Essentially.
Okay, there's your explanation. I will, all I can do is vote it down. I will move to waive the second and third reading.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Okay. I got it. Okay, Council President Bruger,
Aye.
Councilperson Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron,
Aye.
Councilperson Koss, Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Okay, having waived the second and third readings, I move for passage and declaring an emergency. Moved in second. Any debate on that?
Yeah. Well, y'all know I don't love this kind of stuff, but if we're already out of money, then we would, like our architects and construction, we want to keep going, so.
Alright. Councilperson Wolf.
Aye.
Council President Bruger,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron,
Aye.
and Councilperson Koss.
Okay, moved. And going on to our final one, as was referenced just a moment ago, Resolution 2023-22, a resolution authorizing the fiscal officer to pay Garmin Miller Associates for work completed and declaring an emergency. Another typo on this one, although is it on the digital one, or is it just on the paper one that I know gets printed off before the final?
Where is it?
The amount of $13,226.75 is actually $18,226.27.
No, it's,
And that is,
yes, that'll be adjusted. It is
that
not.
needs to be adjusted
Yes.
as well. So I guess I'll just say everything I say tonight is, this one includes amending this current proposal from $13,226.75 to $18,226.27. First, I will move to waive readings on it. This was, what we were already told that they need to appropriate the money because we owe this money to them.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussions? All right, I move passage as amended to reflect the true dollar amount. Did you want to chirp in about it too?
Yes.
Oh, please, I apologize.
That's
We'll give
okay.
you a chance to speak.
Just for the sake of clarification, when the contract was awarded for the building, there was some change orders that took place, such as with the generator for starters. That was one of them. There's a few other things that took place. There's realignment of some of the offices and permit fees. There's some asbestos problems that took additional work on the architect's part. So that's the purpose behind this resolution. Nobody really picked up on the need to get the change orders taken care of and funds certified for it. It's all after the fact, but again, it goes back to the contract for construction had these things into it and were authorized by council and the administration.
Okay, but we forgot to actually appropriate the money apparently.
Well, the money's appropriated, we just never got the certification from the fiscal officer to pay.
Gotcha. All right, so I move to pass,
We didn't vote on waiving the.
did we vote on reading?
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
seconded it, but we didn't vote.
Thank you very much, and we will listen to you forever when you say that, because the last time you said it, you were absolutely right.
Yeah, who seconded it? Because I missed that one. If not, let's wait to fix that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, yeah, because you did on the last one. Okay. Councilperson Cost?
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara?
Aye.
Councilperson Cameron?
Aye.
Councilperson Wall?
Aye.
And Councilperson President Ruger?
Aye. All right, now having waived readings and heard a brief description of why it is necessary, I will move to pass this as an emergency as amended with the correct dollar amount.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Ready for a vote?
Council President Ruger?
Aye.
Councilperson Wolf? Councilperson Cameron?
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara?
Aye.
Councilperson Cost?
Aye.
Everybody stop. Now, I do not know if you guys want to wait until the next meeting. We did just get this back today. This has to do with the AEP, so this is not a crazy emergency. If you guys want to add it to the agenda to read it tonight, if you just want us to hold it for 2 weeks, this is to get the, Bradley Electric to do the, electric in the spots to get the fountains, the aerators, and electric over to the playground areas. We had Jesse look it over, we did it, and then this was a little bit I wanted Jesse to look at it, so Jesse looked at it, he sent us back installation, it just did not make it to this, but I do not wanna throw you guys for a loop. So it is up to you guys.
It's gonna be a first reading, right?
Well, it's entirely up to you guys. We could do that so it's not so bad next week if you don't mind. Cause
Yeah.
I will ask next week to pass it.
I think that's fine, but
FYI.
we need to make a motion to amend the agenda
Yeah.
to add this piece of legislation
Yes.
to it, and then.
Perfect.
All right, I move that we amend the agenda to add resolution 2023-23 to the legislative agenda.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any debates?
Just a voice vote.
All those
Yep.
in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay.
Okay, reading now, and I'm sure Barbie will get this on the packet when it goes up on the website, I have no doubt about that. Resolution 2023-23, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter a contract with Bradley Electric for the installation of electric to various locations in the village and declaring an emergency. This is not to exceed $45,000. And Mayor, would you like to go over where electric would be installed?
To the 3 ponds in the new section, so over by the Lily Pond, over by Black Sycamore, and then the pond that's between the 2 ponds, is the easiest way I'm gonna explain that.
3 ponds in the
Whatever.
new section,
Yeah.
probably could have done it.
There you go, and then over in the park area. And again, there's multiple things that we could use it for. At this point in time, we do not have electric services at those areas, so it's getting electric there so we can do future projects.
It'll allow us to do things like bubblers or aerators in the ponds. It'll allow us to do things like security cameras at the shelter house that then look out over the basketball courts. All of those need electricity to function. All right, well, that was read. It was just a first reading. I think you're on to your part of it.
Yay. I already lost it. Oh, I don't even know where I'm at. Okay, here we go. Old business. Does anybody have any old business? Actually, I will make a couple little comments because I made some notes on here. FYI, on May 31st, there was a post that was put up that planning and zoning meeting was on the next week. So that's been posted since May 31st. And it was actually removed from the website that it was no longer yesterday.
I
So-
looked at the website right before I came over here yesterday. It's still on there right now.
No, it's not.
It's not on there, we actually just looked, and on May 31st, we did post that, the meeting would be on the 14th. So that's just an FYI. We try to do the best we can, there are mistakes that are made, I will definitely always say that. We try to keep the website as up to date as possible, but we've had a couple illnesses and things like that. But again, it's,
I looked
planning
at
and
it
zoning
twice.
is
It
smart.
was there last night.
Okay, planning and zoning, well, we didn't remove it while we were sitting here, so it was posted on May 31st, just as an FYI. There are times in which we do make some adjustments, so I apologize that you came over. But it is on the website and it was posted on the 31st. That was all, my old business.
Okey dokey. New Oh,
No,
you get to say
Now-
new business, huh?
You can say it.